is a difference between being preoccupied and procrastinating. And when you're preoccupied, you aren't occupied. You think you are, you can't do what you need to do, but it's not the fact. So if you think about it, the word preoccupied means that you're thinking about something before you're going to be doing something that's going to occupy your time, right? Or your attention or whatever. But when we talk about being preoccupied, we're usually thinking about something that is then, it's occupying our thoughts, right? And when we're preoccupied, we don't think we have time for anything else because our mind is so busy and full, right? So somebody in the Inspired Creator community recently talked about being preoccupied, and so this person couldn't do the thing that they said they wanted to do. And I said, well, are you really occupied or are you just preoccupied? Because the preoccupation with something else, in this case it was a health issue, wasn't actually taking up this person's time. It was just occupying his brain. His mind was going crazy with thoughts and trying to find solutions and whatever. And so when he was sitting at his computer doing research, that was being occupied. But the rest of the time, he was just preoccupied. His mind was going crazy with thoughts about this challenge, and therefore, this person thought that he didn't have any time to work on a project that was important to him. And I pointed out that he wasn't really occupied all day long with this other challenge. He was just preoccupied by it. Now, that is different than procrastinating, because when we're procrastinating, we are afraid that something's going to be hard or be uncomfortable or boring. So we don't want to do this thing, and so we get distracted. So we're distracted by this and by that and whatever, and so the distraction actually takes us away from being able to do what we say we want to do. But it's a little different than preoccupation, because procrastination is an activity, it's a doing, right? We feel scared, uncomfortable, whatever. We don't want to do something, and so we allow ourselves to get distracted by something else. Most often, my clients and the people in the Inspired Creator community, so whether I'm dealing with people in there, whether we're doing high performance coaching, whether I'm doing inspired results coaching, when somebody tells me they're procrastinating, they are doing something rather than something else. Preoccupation, though, is when your brain is mulling something over and chewing on it, right? Like it's got a bone, and it's like a dog with a bone, right? It's chewing away on something, and so you are distracted by that, but it's because your brain is preoccupied. You aren't actually doing something, though. It's just that your brain is so full of these thoughts about whatever it is that you don't feel like you can do anything else. You can't occupy yourself with anything else. So the first trick here is to realize the difference between your procrastination and your preoccupation. Now, preoccupation could also be futuring, future potential, you're afraid of whatever will happen, but it isn't that I'm going to go do something. It's you're mulling it over. You're chewing on that bone, right? So you have to move your thoughts somewhere else, okay? You have to remind yourself that you don't have to be thinking about this all the time, and that you do have the ability to do the things that are necessary or that are important to you in your life. And so that's number one, is realize that you're preoccupied, but that you actually have time to do other things. Okay, now you're going to switch your attention to the things you need to do, even if it's for 30 minutes. But you're going to give yourself a block of time when you are actually going to accomplish something that's important to you despite your preoccupation. You're going to put that on the back burner rather than the other things that are important to you. Okay? Then, rather than just being preoccupied with this and letting it occupy your mental space all the time and stop you from doing other stuff, you are going to actually do something, right? So rather than letting it occupy that space, you're going to shift your attention to something else and you're going to do something. You're going to take actions, okay? Again, if you were procrastinating or distracted, you would be over there doing, watching the squirrel, right? But preoccupation is just in your head. So you have to focus your attention. You have to focus your attention on something else, okay? And then you have to take some action. Again, procrastination, you're probably doing something else, okay? All right, so that is it for today. There's a short video. I just want you to realize that when you are preoccupied, you still have time to do things. You are not occupied, okay? Until you're doing something, you aren't occupied. It's just your mind telling you that you have no time to do anything. I'm Nina Amir. I'm the Inspiration to Creation Coach. I love to help people get from where they are to where they want to go by stepping into their best self, by helping them realize what their soul is calling them to do and to step into a new identity that will help them achieve their potential and fulfill their purpose. If you are interested in that, check out the Inspired Creator community above. I offer personal and spiritual growth there. My brand of coaching, Inspired Results Coaching, as well as Certified High Performance Coaching. Or reach out to me at ninaamir.com if you're interested in working with me one-on-one. So that's it for today. Realize that your preoccupation is not keeping you occupied, okay? And stop being preoccupied. All right, that's it for today. Until I talk to you next time, go out there and achieve more inspired results.